Hi, it's Jess.
And Mel.
And welcome to the... I don't know what number episode this is actually, but welcome to Mel Reads the Cursed Child. What I can tell you is that we are pretty much at the... We're at the halfway point.
Is the end of Act 1 halfway? I thought there was 3 acts.
Oh, no, I think it's 2 acts. I think.
I'm not reading, I'm just looking. Act 4, there's 4 acts.
Never mind, we are 1/4 of the way in. Okay, why did I think it was the half? What? It's because it's in two shows. When you go see the performance, you have to see it in 2 parts. That's what it is, 2 parts.
As in, there's an interval, as in you have to go 2 nights.
2 nights. Or in
I was
going to
say, because the interval's at the end of Act 1.
That'd be why. Probably because it's like Act 1, Act 2, and then the next day, or, you know, that evening, it's Act 3. Act 4.
Okay, so people who listen to us, just tell us what's going on. Jess obviously does not know what she's talking about, so someone just tell us so we don't have to research this. And by the way, Jess, it's episode 6.
Ew. 6 is a weird number.
If we were from New Zealand, it would sound like episode 6.
Well, I mean, I don't think that was the best New Zealand accent you could have done, and I'm just going to...
I can't do a New Zealand accent at all.
I'm just going to take a moment to apologise to the New Zealanders.
Sorry, Kim, if you listen to us. I don't know if you do.
Sorry, New Zealand friends. We don't mean it.
Sorry, not sorry.
And, yeah, true. Okay, fair point. Alright, so... Now I see where I went wrong, though. Okay, so... Episode 6, and we read 17 through to 19, or you read it, I kind of reread it.
Kinda reread it?
I skimmed it a little. I've been busy. But anyways, yes. Where do you want to start? Just go through it.
Yeah, let's just go through it. So, I read this last night, and I'll admit I had to go back because I wasn't paying as much attention as I should have. I had a few wines, but I say a few, well, you know me.
Yeah. And
then I was like, fuck, I haven't done my reading. Better get onto that. So for some reason, actually I know why, because, so they're in the meeting room, but Draco says, have we searched thoroughly beside the tracks? And I just got this image in my head that they're just standing by the train tracks having this conversation. And I got to the end of the scene, I'm like, I don't think that's right. So I sort of went back and went, no, they're in the meeting room. That makes sense.
It's like they just stand there by the side of the train. Oh, my dog's coming, you're going to hear him walking around. It's like they stand by the train tracks and like everyone's dead silent. Ron just lifts his one and he's like, Accio nephew. Accio nephew. Hermione's like, shut up. But that's just what I had in mind.
Yes, I have a few comments to say about out-of-character Ron still. I don't like out-of-character Ron. Mm-hmm. But that's not where I was starting.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Right, so first of all, Mel misinterpreted the scene.
Excellent.
So,
as you do.
Yeah, so there was just... I wasn't really, like, committed to this scene. I kind of just... hence why I didn't even know what was going on. Mm-hmm. But there's a mention of the trolley, which I'm suspecting is your favourite character.
One of.
Yep. And yeah, Hermione's like, the trolley witch is so upset. She keeps talking about letting down Otto and Gamble. She prides herself on Hogwarts delivery records. And yeah, so they're just looking for the kids essentially, which starts out okay. You know, there's talking and yada yada yada. And Draco pretty much says, I know this isn't dark magic related, like Death Eaters weren't involved because they wouldn't take my son. The Malfoy name still means something. And, yeah. And then Draco pretty much goes, well, my son's a follower, not a leader, despite my best efforts, but your son...
Oh, things getting shady.
Yeah, and Ginny's like, they've run away, and you and I know it, and Draco's like, do you know it? What aren't you telling us and all this stuff? And then he's like, you know, you got to tell me what's going on because my son's missing. So Harry, like, admits what he said to Albus. He's like, so I had a fight with my son, and I told him I wish he weren't my son. And, you know, Draco, instead of... I thought there would be a reaction. Like, you know, I was thinking he would react going, well, you're a dumbass, aren't you? Or something like that. But instead he's just, like, all threatening, going, well, if anything happens to my son... And, yeah. And Ginny's like, don't throw around threats. And, I love my comment here. So it says Draco, in brackets, roar. And I wrote down in my comments, Draco, rawr. Oh. And then it says after that, Ginny, an equal roar. And I wrote, also, rawr.
I'm just trying to imagine how that would play out.
The actual scene or my version of the scene? Where they ran.
Yeah, both. Both. Like, I'm just trying to... I want to picture it, but I can't. Okay, so this is now... Okay, stop. That's a horrible
Sorry,
sound.
It's the cat version of Cursed Child.
I was going to say, it's Harry Potter meets cats.
Voldemort, there's no one like Voldemort. There never was a Dark Lord.
Can someone please...
I'm going to write that.
Oh no, okay, the world is not ready for Harry Potter meets cats, okay?
Totally is. I'm surprised if it hasn't already been done.
You know what? I bet it has been.
But I will do it as well, anyway.
Oh lord. Alright, continuing on, okay.
Dumbledore.
No, that's not what I wanted you to do.
He was such a big headmaster.
Oh, Lord.
How will we move on without
I regret
him?
everything I've said.
The world is all sad now.
You can all tune out. I'm really sorry. I started this. Come back next week. We'll try again, and you can find us at... No. All right.
Oh, this is great. Can we do Harry Potter the Cats musical?
No, we cannot. I forbid it.
I want to do this. Podcasters everywhere unite.
Do not unite.
Unite and make my dream come true. It would be better than the Cursed Child.
Potentially. Potentially, I'll give you that. Potentially it would be better.
Gilderoy Lockhart is a...
No, okay, off topic.
I'm like rewriting all the cat songs into Harry Potter songs. This is great.
No, do it later.
But it's more interesting than the Cursed Child.
I know.
Our listeners want to hear me talk about my new musical idea.
That's probably true, but I want to get ahead of this one, and then you can go on to planning.
Fine.
Let us move on from cats. No.
So Draco... there's real emotion in this room. I wonder how you show that on stage. Like, does everyone just, like, pose with an emotion, you know?
No.
Ginny stands with her fists clenched. Draco stands over her. Hermione has her hand over her mouth and a tear running down her face.
No.
I don't know if you'd see the tear.
No, what actually happens is someone runs out in, like, a onesie of that emotion, and they do a classical dance to show you that is the current
Do you mean
emotion.
interpretive dance or classic?
No, classical.
Okay,
it's like
classical.
a classical dance, but it suits the style. Like, it'll suit the style. It's not interpretive like they're... I don't want you to think like modern contemporary interpretive. I want you to think like ballet. I'm talking some classical... Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I am seeing it.
It's beautiful. I want you to know that. It's really beautiful.
Yep. Draco, lip curling, every inch his father. Don't know how you can be every inch your father, but anyways, let's not go there with Harry Potter fandom.
No, please no. Walking swiftly forwards.
And Draco's like, if you need gold, everything the Malfoys have, he's my sole heir, he's my only family. And, yeah. I think that's, like, very throw money at the problem, they'll fix it.
Yeah, oh yeah, I get it. And also, though, he is a desperate parent who wants his baby back.
But I will give the last line of this scene a dun dun dun.
Mm-hmm.
It is, let me do my Draco Malfoy impression.
This can't be good.
No, I can't even do a British accent at the moment. I don't care what you did or who you saved. You are a constant curse on my family. Harry Potter. Potter. Harry Potter.
Oh, Lord. She's glitching. That's how we know. See, Potter. It's just on a loop. Yeah, I love that line. I really do.
But I can deliver it in many ways.
No, please.
I don't care what you did or who you saved. You are a constant curse on my family, Harry Potter.
Dumbledore,
I don't care
take the
what
wheel.
you did or who you saved. You are a constant curse on my family, Harry Potter.
A Cruciatus from Voldemort himself would be less painful than this.
I'm practicing my stage acting.
Well, you can practice later when you're writing Cats. For now, I think we should roll.
Would it be Harry Potter a Cats musical or Cats a Harry Potter musical?
There are no words.
Hogwarts students do and Hogwarts don't see. We practice our magic abilities.
Mom, or someone. I will literally call for my mother to come in here and be like, make her to get you to stop.
I'm sure your mother loves the Cats musical.
Yeah, we did go see it when we were in London.
I'm so jealous. I want to see it.
It's pretty good.
I bet it is.
Anyways, scene 18.
The most stupid scene I've read so far.
Here we go.
It started off okay, though I'm really starting to think that Delphi's a bad guy.
Okay.
Irresponsible use of Veritaserum. I don't care whose idea it was, she did it.
I mean, here's the thing with that, though. Would you not irresponsibly use it? Because let me tell you, Truth or Dare would be so much better with a few drops of that stuff.
No, I have a moral compass.
What's a moral compass?
I don't do mean things to people who don't deserve it.
Why?
Because it's mean.
That sounds boring.
How would you like Veritaserum to be slipped into your drink and then, like, in public I'll start questioning you?
They probably know most of what I'm gonna say. And I would slaughter you in the cover of night. Like, what's...
Point is,
and besides, I'm much
too
clever to be spiked with Veritaserum, but I will get everybody else. Yeah.
I'm a good person and I will not go through with my evil plan I just had.
Good is questionable at best.
I'm a lovely person, and you are now changing topics. That Delphi is suspicious as fuck.
Oh no, I'm just raising the fact that if you've never sat there and thought, wow, I wish I had some Veritaserum right now to just slip into someone's food, then, you know, what's wrong with you? We've all had that thought.
Mostly because I know if someone's lying to me. Because people are shit liars.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. But no, it's subjective. I feel like... I don't know. I feel like I'd be irresponsible if I were a witch.
Do I even have to talk about this scene?
Yes. Briefly. You need to mention one or two things, I think.
So Albus, Delphi, and Scorpius sneak into the Ministry. They give Veritaserum to some Ministry official, so they know where the Time Turner is meant to be kept, which is Hermione's office.
Yep.
They go to pick the lock, and it doesn't work, and then they decide to use magic, I think happens. Is that how it works?
Magic.
No, they just use magic. That's she tries the door, she tries again, and then Scorpius like, stand back, hello, Amora. And the door opens. So Scorpius posing as Harry and Delphi posing as Hermione run in and leave Albus outside to distract the real Harry and Hermione. And Albus Ron is just as out of character as Ron in this.
Uh-huh.
See, if Ron had been in character, this would have actually been funny. It's kind of gross, kissing your aunt, even if you're not blood related.
I know, when I read that I was like, oh.
We are not judging people who like their incestuous relationships.
I mean...
But it's gross.
I mean, maybe we're judging a little. A lot. I'm judging a little.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. But yeah, I just needed you to mention that. I just feel like that is a really awkward scene. Because that's...
Yeah.
For me, that's still an underage wizard. Like...
Going on to the weird-ass conversation where Albus goes, I'm Ron, so I can say whatever I want, essentially. And he's like, oh, you're talking to Harry about the time he wished Albus wasn't his son. But what if sometimes we say stuff we do mean? What then? And Hermione's like, shut the fuck up, Ron. Stop.
Well, go Hermione. So basically, what I learned from this scene is that Ron is still a huge man-child. Even if it's believable. If that was believable, then I feel like man-child is accurate.
I don't think I don't care what Rowling says. I'm not liking the Cursed Child and not accepting it as canon at the moment.
You're not accepting
until they fix Ron.
Until they fix Ron.
It's just bugging me.
I mean, maybe. No, I'll leave that.
That's pretty harsh, isn't it?
No, I'm gonna leave the thought I just had.
No, I'm being harsh.
No, you're not being harsh. Actually, it's more. Oh, I don't know how to phrase it. I don't know how to phrase what I want to say, so let me think on it, and I'll come back to it if I can think of a really good way to say what I want to say. But yes, okay. So this wasn't a hugely important scene or anything. Like, it was interesting, I guess. But I did want you to read it mostly so we could reminisce on the horrible fact that Albus kissed his aunt.
Can I just quickly say, The next thing is, he declares, let's have another baby. Or if not a baby, a holiday. I want a baby or a holiday.
Yeah. Yeah, conversations that happened.
Yeah,
how do you respond to that? How would you
Yeah, Hermione doesn't. She's just like, whatever's wrong with you.
So maybe they won't have another baby, hey?
I don't think they're having another baby.
No, I don't think so either.
Potentially. Yeah.
Maybe that baby's the
But they
child.
do the thing where she keeps... They keep doing that thing where Hermione, like, walks off and then comes back. Kind of, isn't it? Yeah, they do that. That's weird. No, their baby will not be the cursed child because there won't be another baby.
Dun. And then it's like 9 months later she has a baby and it looks a little bit too much like Harry.
Oh,
that's awful and I regret it, but still it's...
Oh. Sorry?
Huh?
You broke up.
Oh no, did I? I'm just laughing at how disturbing that is.
You said like and then dropped out.
I don't remember what I was saying then. All I remember is laughing because that would be disturbing, but kind of funny, but kind of hilarious. Just looking down at the baby and she's like, I wondered why the sex was better. Just side-eyes Harry, thinking it was Harry. Harry side-eyes Harry, thinking it was him. Like...
Ugh.
Ooh. I mean, we don't know what's going on here. All kinds of shady stuff could be happening. I always actually, when I was younger, I did ship Harry and Hermione. I don't know why, but I did.
I think most people did. I just went down a really weird rabbit hole on Google, and I'm actually traumatized, and it's
Okay,
not
'cause
Harry
you're
Potter
not?
related
Oh,
anymore.
good. Okay, well then let's
Yeah.
steer away from that, and shall we move on to
Yeah.
the last scene of the act?
Yep. Which I didn't write any notes for.
That's okay.
Though I did like this line. It was like the second line in, and it's Delphi. You were impressive. Good blocking action.
Good blocking.
I just like, I don't know why, but I just thought it was wrong. It's just like,
that is a very sleazy. I feel like that is a very sleazy thing to say, particularly if she had been like watching and really taking notice. Like if you paused and watched, then I'm really worried.
Yep. And once again, I want to point out, Delphi's in her 20s. I'm not comfortable with this woman. She's not a girl, she's a woman running around with these kids, because as much as I love my Cho and Cedric love child theory, I don't think it's right, and I'm suspicious of her, and I don't know where this is going. I don't want her molesting boys.
Oh, that would be concerning. Gross.
Anyway, so they're in Hermione's office, and they're looking for the time turner, and they find a riddle.
What, did Scorpius look in the mirror?
So...
Sorry.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. I just had to take that opportunity. Admit that it was good.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the riddle because I got the first part. So the first two clues. So the first is the fourth, a disappearing mark. You'll find it in parked but not park. Mm-hmm. So ED. Okay, so I got that. And then it says the second is less fair of those that walk on two legs, grubby, hairy, a disease of the egg. And at first I thought a bird, but then I figured out it's man. So yeah, but then the answer is Dementor. But I can't figure out the last clue because it says, and the third is both a mountain to climb and a route to take. Tour? Because it's not tour, it's tour. And I couldn't work it out.
Actually, you never know. Maybe it was tour and then... You know, when you sound these things out, because you just been there going, Dementor, oh, Dementor. Like, I get it. I see how that would have worked.
Nah, I didn't like it.
No, it's a bit silly.
Yep. So I got really pissed because I was trying to work out the riddle. I was not turning that page. And then I was like, ugh. Fucking give up.
If I were Hermione, I would have kept it somewhere else.
But I bet you like this one. I was born in a cage, but smashed it with rage. The gaunt inside me riddled me free of that which would stop me to be.
He.
Voldemort.
Voldy,
Voldemort.
Ba-dum, bum, bum. He's just interesting.
Yep. So, as they're looking, by the way, they're like, books are attacking them or something. There's like arms coming out of the shelf attacking them.
Spooky bookshelf.
So it like kidnaps Delphi.
Cool.
Yep, and so they keep having to pretty much solve riddles. And then Scorpius gets taken by the bookshelf. More riddles. And then Scorpius gets out of the bookcase.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, no you don't, Sybil Trelawney, no! Oh, sorry, no, Albus gets taken, not Scorpius, sorry. And so Scorpius is left to figure out the riddles. And, yeah, so they find the time turner.
Da-da-da-da.
And then the music goes, we
Oh. I still don't like like
Na,
Doctor
na,
Who.
na, 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 na. Doctor Who's awesome. Just, I know they're going to start messing with this time turner, and I think they need a professional.
Okay, well, they don't need Doctor Who.
The Doctor. Everyone needs the Doctor.
The Doctor. I still don't care. And they still don't need him. Besides, how do we know that Delphi is not an expert time turner user? Turns out she's Odeline Gamble.
If she's an expert time turner user, that will confirm my theory that she's evil.
Oh.
Evil! Okay, I don't know if she's evil, but she's not good news. I know that.
I mean, I wanna tell you the dear. It's like I can't.
You won't just tell me what's happening. You tell me what's happening,
No,
and
like,
then I can go to write my cat's musical.
Part of me, of course, does. Part of me wants to be like, this is how the cookie crumbles, and then part of me is like, oh, I really wish I could share this with you because you'd find it so cool and interesting, but then no, I can't. And yeah, it's hard. It's really hard, and I can't just place things in a way that you'll necessarily pick them up. Sometimes I'm like, it would be nice if you just knew, because then we could just discuss it, but
Well, I will know as soon as you let me read the rest of it.
we'll see.
But no, so thoughts and feelings, pretty much. I don't like. I don't trust Delphi at the moment. I don't know
Okay.
why. There's just something not adding up.
You just don't like the name Delphi.
I love the name Delphi.
I actually quite like the name Delphi.
Isn't it? It's a city in Greece.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah, and it sounds nice, doesn't it? Kind of rolls.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I like her name, but I just don't trust her at the moment. There's just something not adding up. Because in Harry Potter stories,
Yeah.
or they should be, it should be the kids. Well, I'm hoping Harry's obviously going to have a part to play, but it's like meant to be a kid's story, so that means like a bunch of kids. But having an adult involved just doesn't feel right.
I mean, I guess it's one of those things where it can really go either way, can't it? I mean, remember how Sirius Black was initially portrayed in Prisoner of Azkaban, and then Mad Eye Moody, following up from that. The thing is,
let's go with that then. In that case, Sirius was shown as a bad guy, who then turned out to be good, while Moody, who was actually Barty Crouch Jr., was portrayed as a good guy who turned out to be bad. Going with that theory, she's bad.
Yeah, I mean, potentially, but here's the thing. People can be made out one way, and then...
But she's being made out as good. But I'm questioning it. It's just not adding up.
But I mean, if everyone seems to be picking up on her being a bit spooky, then...
But no one is.
No.
In the story.
No, not in the story. But when you read the story and all the characters are blind to it, whereas everyone else is a bit like... Oh, everyone reading it's like... that's more what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So
that's the thing. It's one of those things where it can go...
I have a question, and you might not be able to answer it. But they want to go back and fix the fact that Cedric died. I was of the understanding that time turners weren't meant to be for big, long trips.
I don't know what the effect would be if you remained. All I know is that there was a case where someone misused a time turner and 50 people were unborn as a result. Back in the 16th century. I don't know, and I can't actually say much about the length of time turners.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm just... Yeah.
And it sounds like there were a variety of types, so I think it would depend on the type and your purpose, wouldn't it? But it would be incredibly hard to maintain any kind of ruse for a long time using a time turner, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
There are too many ways you could slip without even realizing it.
Yeah. Well,
so...
I don't know what they're going to do. Like, well, I'm guessing they're going to try going back in time to the Triwizard Tournament. But, yeah, it just all sounds like bad news. Leave it to the professionals, kids. Call the doctor.
Oh.
Professional time turners. Professional time travelers.
No. Or
at least have Dumbledore there to give you advice on the situation.
Yep, go find his portrait. Okay, so you're feeling a bit weird about the time travel stuff.
Yeah, So I accepted it I actually quite liked how it was used in Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yes.
And I liked that Rowling then went and cleared up that so they can't just mess with time anymore. She had all the time turners destroyed in the 5th book.
So then it'll be interesting to see what happens now.
Yeah.
It will be really interesting to see how they take it and choose to run with it.
I suppose. I'm skeptical.
You're skeptical?
Yeah. This whole thing has been... Look, I'm not saying it's amusing. It's not, like, terrible. Because I've heard some really harsh reviews online.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not... It doesn't feel like Harry Potter to me. It feels like fan fiction.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah. I was listening to another podcast and they were talking about one of my favourite video game series, which is the Final Fantasy. And they were talking about one of the spin-off games that were made. And they were like, it feels like it could happen in that world, but it feels like fan fiction all the same. That's how I'm sort of feeling about Cursed Child.
Yeah.
It just feels like fan fiction.
Yeah, I know how you feel.
Is that how you feel about it?
I mean, looking back on it, and having been over it a few times, it gets weirder the more you go, and I have to hope and think that it makes a huge difference when it's done on stage.
So you don't like it, is what you're telling me?
I think there were some great concepts. And, I don't know. I see bits that I like and bits that could be improved on. And what's shocking is, and I'll give you this without giving you anything else, when you finish it, and you go through the 5 stages of grief, when you go back and try to figure out how it matches up, there's nothing to say that it doesn't.
Okay.
Da-da-da-da.
Ponder.
Oh yeah, me and a team of people, we got hella into it. Figuring it all out.
So, today, I was contemplating this.
Yeah.
And I swear it's something you said. I'd have to go back and check the podcasts. Otherwise, I've totally made this up.
Okay.
And it's all in my head. But it still sounds good to me. So, back at the start, when we met Scorpius and there was all those rumours about him being Voldemort's kid, and I went, no. Yada, yada, yada. Rumours, stupid rumours. And I'm pretty sure you said, rumours can be based off of truth. Yeah?
I mean, I suppose so. Oh, well, yeah, they can.
Yeah. I start to wonder, what if there is Voldemort's child in this story?
Okay.
I don't know who it is, or if this person... I don't like it, though. But I just thought it could happen.
Could it?
I do like to think that Voldemort is a Ken doll.
But I mean, like, even if there was the proper genitalia, you have to look at the legitimacy of that for a second. Do you honestly think that's something that would have happened?
What, him knocking some chick up? Maybe it was artificial insemination. Maybe it's like, Now I'm trying to think of a proper, the best movie reference I can make. But, you know, maybe, like, after he died, some of his followers were like, quick,
They just
we need
milked
to...
him? Is that what you think happened? He
maybe,
was like 74.
Maybe he had some, sperm in, like, a lab.
I think muggles have labs. I don't think wizards do.
Maybe.
And what... Okay, so hold on. Okay, so he's 74, so I doubt he had anything left. But you're thinking he had something in a wizard lab, a wizard sperm lab. Is that what you're telling me right now?
It's better than him having sex with someone.
Yeah, I mean, okay, well, would he even do that? And what... I mean, that seems like something that would be a waste of his time. As someone who hated muggles, and I really think hated a lot of those basic human emotions, what would be the point?
To have an heir.
What
to carry on his great work.
What did he need an heir for? He was going to live forever.
For company.
He didn't want company. He had a fucking snake for that. Hiss.
Of course he wanted company. He
wanted underlings and a snake, and he got both of those things. You know what his plan probably was after killing Harry?
What?
Get my own basilisk. Get a new one.
Big snake.
I mean, honestly, there was... And at that age as well. I doubt he would have been able to conceive. So unless you're talking like when he was young, which means that this kid would now have to be in their like 60s, 70s.
I'm sorry. I'm Googling something.
No, don't Google anything, please.
A man, you can't control your age, yada yada yada.
Are you looking to see if there's legitimacy for it? I mean, go ahead, but it would have been a long shot, and that's assuming that he would have slept with anyone at that age. But if
though sperm production does usually keep up until a man's dying day, it's a misconception that biological clocks only concern women. So their chances go down, but they still can do it more likely than a woman.
Okay, so what? This is ridiculous. Okay, but yeah, okay, so we're overlooking one thing though. Really?
What's that?
What need would Voldemort have for a child who could be potentially a threat in later life due to their power and talent? Or a weakness?
Maybe he knocked someone out without knowing.
Yeah, Wizard Tinder. That's how that shit happens. No.
He was just sitting in Malfoy Manor swiping.
I just don't...
sees Bellatrix. Ooh, swipe left, swipe left!
Ooh, I find it really hard to validate that theory. Because the evidence is kind of stacked against it.
What,
really.
Against Wizarding Tinder?
No, Wizarding Tinder I wholeheartedly believe in and encourage. More Voldemort actually having a child, but that sounds like it's like everybody says Hitler had a child. Hitler did not have a child. But everybody wants to assume it because it's kind of one of those scary things. The concept of a miniature Hitler. Even if they never do anything, there would always be that, ooh, that's the child of so-and-so. Evil. So
I just think it's...
And I don't pay at all any heed to the idea that really old Voldemort could knock anybody up. However, I would not validate it if he was young, but I would be more likely to believe it if it had happened when he was younger. But even then, there needed to be motivation. And he felt no love, so you know that it couldn't have been like a love child.
It could have been an accident. He was just getting his jollies off and he didn't know the child was alive.
Oh, as if he wouldn't have murdered them. Oh, well, yeah, I guess if he didn't know.
You can't murder them if you don't know they exist.
I mean, I can. It's just not nice. It's just awful. Okay, so what you're telling me right now is that your theory is that there is a Volder baby.
Maybe? I don't know. Maybe there's a Volder baby.
I prefer
it just
the Cho
keeps
and
coming
Cedric
up.
theory, if I'm honest.
Wait, what?
I prefer your Cho and Cedric theory, if I'm honest. That was a better baby theory.
Are you saying Delphi's Volder baby?
No, I'm saying that if there's going to be a baby theory, please stick to the Cho and Cedric love child theory.
Okay. Volder baby.
Volder baby? It's like Voldergate, but Volder baby. Look, I just... Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Wait. It's like what Amos Diggory said in our last reading.
Yeah.
It's like, and a Voldemort child. He didn't actually say that. He said a Voldemort at that or something.
A Voldemort at that.
A Voldemort. Let me find the line.
No, I mean, but I know what line you mean. But yeah, find it again. I'm sorry, I just can't take seriously a claim about an elderly man knocking someone up. However, again, I would pay merit to the idea of a younger Voldemort potentially somehow getting someone pregnant. But what situation would you have to be in for that to occur?
A Malfoy who may be a Voldemort. Who's to say you're not involved in dark magic?
Oh, I just had a great idea.
Yeah?
Like, the only way I could see that working is if literally Astoria had given birth to Voldemort.
That's messed up.
That's sick.
I like Astoria. We don't know anything about her, but I like her. I think she was a nice mama. She good mama.
Yeah, I believe that. A Voldemort.
A Voldemort.
Just a Voldemort.
Only one. A Voldemort.
Yeah. A Malfoy, a Voldemort. Oh my gosh. And then it turns out that, like, Voldemort is Draco's brother or something wild.
You should see my face right now.
Actually, no. I'm starting to make it... I could totally make an Astoria gave birth to Voldemort theory work. Oh my gosh! That would be, like, horrible but wicked. Oh. But yeah, I'm sorry. I just...
You've grossed me out now. Let's go back to Voldemort. There was a sperm bank.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I just don't think there was a sperm bank. He had no reason for an heir. He has no reason to...
What if it wasn't to create an heir, but to recreate himself? A backup for the Horcruxes, you might say.
Like a Volder clone?
A Volder clone.
Oh, and then he could possess it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But, like, you know, his sperm has now been misused and made Volder child, Volder baby.
Volder child. Whoops. We've got a Volder child now. Just like Susan Bones and Neville, they go to... No, it's Hannah and Neville. Yeah, they just go to the bank. You know, they just do. It's not that Neville has problems. Maybe it is, who knows. But, you know, they go to the bank and all of a sudden, like, Neville is raising Voldemort .2.
Oh, that would be awkward.
Oh, we should write fanfiction about that.
No more fanfiction. Too busy. Too much fanfiction.
Raising Volder baby.
Raising Volder baby, yes.
Baby Mort, yeah. Horrifying. But yeah, again, I just don't see how it would have worked. I mean... Oh, although you've just given... never mind. I'm just saying, though... No, I can't say that, actually. That would be too telling. Look, regardless... That's...
Too telling about Volder baby. So there is a Volder baby.
No, not about Volder baby. If you could see what was going on in my head right now, you'd understand, which is why I can't talk about it, unfortunately.
I have this image in my head now, though, of, like, these Death Eaters, for whatever reason, at the sperm bank, and this woman just comes out holding a bundle, and she's just like, so, before your Dark Lord died, these Death Eaters being like, oh no. Oh, fuck.
Looking around at each other. Well, have we heard about Pansy Parkinson? Maybe she,
Voldemort knocked her up?
No, Tiffany did in room 3.
What?
It's a sperm bank, isn't it?
So Pansy got artificially inseminated with Voldemort's sperm.
Yep. Well, who else is going to do it? Who else would you put in charge of that?
No, not Bellatrix. She's dead anyway.
Well, yeah, there you go.
And I don't trust her with children. There would be problems. There would be problems.
Okay, well, if not Pansy Parkinson, who else would you use?
Narcissa.
She was a little bit past
Past
comfortable bearing age. I
was more worried she was past the comfortable putting up with Voldemort shit.
Yeah, I also think that.
Maybe it's a Death Eater we don't know. Oh, Millicent Bulstrode. We never heard what happened to her.
I don't think that happened to her.
We could go on for hours.
Yeah,
Just like
I've had an idea.
Baby.
I've had an idea. We'll end this episode for now with the excitement of moving on swiftly in the future, but we can come back and do a special short episode on your literal theories about the cursed child, because you've gone the route of believing that it is not a metaphor. So we'll just sit down and have this conversation. We'll come up with every theory.
But it's never been a metaphor for Harry Potter titles. Philosopher's Stone, there was a literal Philosopher's Stone. Chamber of Secrets, there was a literal Chamber of Secrets with a motherfucking snake. Yep. Oh my god, you should see my motherfucking snake thing what I do every time I say that.
But J.K. Rowling didn't write this.
They're messing with the formula.
And
Prisoner of Azkaban. There was a prisoner who escaped Azkaban. Goblet of Fire. The fucking goblet of fire.
But there's literally a bird's nest with wings on the front, so with a child inside it. So I don't know what's going on there.
So you're telling me that's not in the book?
A literal child sitting in a bird's nest with wings?
Yeah!
Oh,
I was expecting the image.
Oh, well, we will see.
To float across the stage at some point.
To just float across the stage. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen.
Order of the Phoenix. There is a secret group called the Order of the Phoenix.
Not so secret then, are they?
Half-Blood Prince. That's what Snape called himself because his mother was a prince, and so he was a half-blood prince. Deathly Hallows. There were literal Hallows.
Okay, I'm aware of the titles, and I'm aware of what happens in the books. Thank you. Okay.
I just want to make sure that
we're
clear.
But, alright, so do we want to do that? We want to have a short episode where we just literally discuss all the options.
For the cursed child.
For what could be the cursed child.
It would be a curse to be Voldemort's child. Whether you're good or evil.
Yeah.
That's a curse.
True.
But yes, we will sit down and discuss it in an episode.
Alright, perfect. That's what we'll do then.
Right, what am I reading next week? Act 2 scenes?
Go 1 to 3. Go 1 to 3, but I'm thinking of adding in 4 and potentially 5?
Well, why don't you work that out real quick so we can let our lovely listeners know?
No, because Tanya's not reading.
Tanya? You're laying the team down.
Team us. Because you're a part of our team.
But in case anybody is reading, also they know what to expect. Just, let's set it. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay,
We're compromising.
1, 2, 3, 4. No, I don't understand the meaning of the word compromise. It must be my way.
It's your way or there's a tanty.
Yes, this is accurate. Alright, but yes, let's do that. I'm excited. People, please send us your messages. Let us know what you think of Wizarding Tinder and sperm banks and all the rest of it.
All the things. God, we gotta do a Witch Weekly After Hours.
Yes, and also let us know your theories. Who or what do you think the cursed child is? If you tell us, we will discuss them in our special Who or What is the Cursed Child episode.
Someone's gonna ruin it. Someone's just gonna be like, I think it's... And it'll be the actual answer. They're gonna be fucking messing with me.
Oh.
I bet you someone would try to mess with me, because that's what people do.
They try to mess with you?
Yeah.
Oh.
All the time. It's mean. I just checked our emails. No new emails.
Aww.
But my predictions are sitting there, waiting to be opened.
I wanted to open it so bad.
No, you're not allowed to open it until the end. Even though you can, like, get a preview of the email.
I know.
I bet you've been there going, oh, what's she going to say next after that dot?
Dot.
Anyways.
Alright, we will let everybody go. Thank you all so much
Yes.
for joining us.
Find us on social media. We are Witch Weekly Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr.
Mm-hmm.
We are Witch Weekly Cast on Twitter and... What's the other one? Pinterest!
Smooth.
We've got too much going on, and I'm barely touching any of the social media at the moment.
Oh well.
Email us at witchweekly@gmail... Oh, wait, backspace, witchweeklypodcast@gmail.com. Mel needs a drink and to go to bed.
Oh dear.
Anything else?
I mean, not really.
Bye, nerds.
Bye.